Everybody, Alice and Elliot here with another weekend update. This weekend, I have been in retreat. I decided to take some time to find out what my why is. There's nothing like getting back to the basics, finding out why it is you actually are doing what you're doing. So I had developed my vision a while back, and I had goals that, supported that vision and all of this and that. But for some reason, when I kept trying to connect to that, I fell short. And I decided it was time to kind of, retreat a little bit, retreat myself to the fundamentals of what it is I'm doing all of this for. Why do I get up in the morning? Why did I start a home-based business? What is my vision? What is my why? So the first thing I did was I reconnected with what it was I was naturally joyous and spontaneous about and really excited about when I was a little girl. And I remembered that when I was very little, I used to be read bedtime stories every night by my parents. And my favorite bedtime story was the one of the island people and the thatched roof huts and the flowers of many colors and the fresh fruit and the palm trees and the ocean and all of that. The more I thought about it, the more I thought that was what I wanted more than anything else. And that was when I was about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old. By the time I was, I think, maybe 6 or 7, I had formed my own little mastermind group with my friends Linda Hill and Susan Bedia. And we had, all three of us decided that what we were going to do, we started setting goals. And our goal was to grow up as fast as we could, become waitresses, make $1,000, and then move to the islands. And that was the goals of a 50s child. And in, I think it was 1982, I finally did make it to the islands. I was 32 years old, and I moved to the island of Oahu and lived in Hawaii for a year and a half. I then moved back to the mainland, and then again in the early 90s, moved back to the islands of Hawaii again, this time to Maui, and was there for 3 years. I left after that time, and just recently, in this past year, in the fall of last year, '09, I had a chance to go to the Caribbean, and I spent a short time there, but just enough time to really awaken me to the fact that I was missing something. I wanted more island life, but I had no idea how I was going to manifest that. So, by getting back in touch with my vision, which is to enjoy more island life, what I recognized was that I needed a focused intent. And my focused intent had to be manifested by the kinds of goals that I was setting. And the kinds of goals had to be congruent with the kind of vision I had. So now that I have reconnected myself with my original vision, which is to enjoy island life, I started thinking, well, how do you want to do that? Are you going to do that by going back to Hawaii? And it was like, no, I don't think so. And like, well, okay, how about going to the Caribbean? Like, no, that's not really it either. And I started thinking, and I thought, where I'd really like to be is Indonesia. I've never been to Indonesia, and I'd like to spend some concentrated time living in the islands in Indonesia. So I put together an image board. I went out and found some National Geographics and some old architectural digests, and it just so happened that in one of them they were doing an expose on beautiful homes around the world, and I found some absolutely gorgeous thatched roofed homes, not huts, but homes in the islands in Indonesia. And every day I'd get up and I'd look at that, and that's how this all started about a month or 6 weeks ago. And I thought, well, this is crazy. What's going to happen here? Well, lo and behold, I think it was just this past week, I actually connected with a woman on Facebook who lives in Bali, and she and I have had a nice little back and forth commentary, which has excited me and sparked me to go out and look at some travel books and get some more information, and of course go and see the movie Eat, Pray, Love, where Elizabeth Gilbert spent some time in Bali. And so I was making it even more real. And now I have this kind of burning desire. It's like, I really want to go to Indonesia. I want to visit Bali. I even know the town that I want to go to. I know what I want to do when I go there. I know the road that I want to be on to find the healing center and the place to stay and all of that. So I now have goals that align with my vision. And now I am able to take charge by creating a daily method of operation. So finding out the why, establishing the goals, and to focus your intent upon, and then establish or implementing a daily method of operation so that when push comes to shove, and you feel like you've been strapped to the bow of a boat that's heading through the Bermuda Triangle and you don't know if you're going to be able to hold on well enough or not, you won't, unless you have that daily method of operation really grounded down so that you know that when that alarm goes off at 5:30 and you have to get yourself up to get to the gym to work out, if you don't know what your why is, if you don't know how come you're doing that, you're going to stay in bed. Trust me, I know because I've done that. But if I know that every day that I get up and go to the gym and work out and pedal away on that bicycle and all of that, I'm actually building the strength in my lower body so that I can bike around Ubud on the island of Bali in Indonesia. Woohoo! I'm good to go. And I'm probably going to make it to the gym more often. So for me, the bottom line was connecting with that original seed vision. And we all have one. We all do. And it's never about survival, number one. And number two, it's never about making a contribution and saving the world. Those two are givens. First of all, if you're watching this video, you didn't die in the street yet, and you probably won't. Why? Because our natural state of being is abundance, and we are not going to perish. No matter how much fear there is, no matter how much energy of desperation you connect into, it isn't real. That is the illusion, and that's what we need to ride above, and we can only do that when we use the proper tools. So number one, we're not here to survive because that is already insured. And number two, we naturally make a contribution just by showing up, in life and living our vision. We contribute in the way in which we are meant to contribute. So you don't need to go looking for a way to give. You will be giving the more you connect and give of yourself by living your vision. Okay, so it's not the economy, it's not the weather, and it's not the latest network marketing company that isn't dishing up the kinds of results that you hoped it would. If you don't know what your why is, if you don't have focused intent, and if you don't have a plan of action, you're not going to make it. So connect with your seed vision, take a little downtime. Maybe it's only an hour, maybe it's 2 hours, maybe it's an afternoon. Find a way where you can really relax into yourself and recall and remember, bring back into focus who you are, why you're here. Connect with your why. Establish some goals for manifesting that vision, and then create a daily method of operation so that those goals can actually be realized. And you'll be good to go to Bali or Indonesia or wherever you want to go. So that's it for me for today, and I look forward to your comments. Let me know if this is working for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Talk with you soon. Bye.